Good afternoon, everybody. Evie here. Today I'm going to do, it's a present I'm making for someone for Christmas. So, and it's their favourite movie in the world, Oklahoma. So I'm going to make a clock. I'm going to make it using an LP record. I've got one here. I've prepared it. So it's the Oklahoma music. So what I've done on the back, I've taped around the edge, just pushed it all the way around the edge and then just cut off the excess, but then gone round and made sure it's nice and tight around the edge. I really don't want to spoil the back if I can help it, and I want to expose the label. So what I've done is I've taped around past the label, and I want to expose some of the black as well. So that's what how I've prepared my record. I've just got it standing there on a couple of cups. And what I've done is I've chosen some of these, I don't know if I can get that camera to go up a bit more. I've chosen some of the colours on the front of the Oklahoma cover. So, you know, a blue for denim, red, gold and straw colour, a brown for the wood, and green for grass. So, and I'm going to do a dirty pour on the record and see what happens, and then afterwards I will resin coat it before I put the clock hands on it. I haven't done a painting since July, so I'm hoping I enjoy it because I'm looking forward to it. I've been doing a bit of resin work because that's been easy to do in the winter time in Tasmania with the heater going, the fire going to try and keep it warm. I just couldn't keep it warm out here in my cottage. So now it's time to get back into painting. I've got lots of ideas and lots of exciting things I want to do. So we'll start off with this one. So I've prepared, my pouring medium is a combination of 2 parts Floetrol and 1 part PVA Glue mixed together. And my paints that I'm using today are Montmartre in the chosen colours, which are here. There, you can see them there. They're all mixed up, ready to go. I've got that on the record there. Maybe bring it down a fraction more. There, a little bit. So I mix 1/3 paint to 2/3 pouring medium and stir away. And what I'm aiming for is that, hopefully this is okay, that when I put my stick up and I pour it, it actually leaves like a little mound that then sinks. So that's what I'm aiming for. But what I'm also going to do today is I'm going to add a little bit of oil in this as well. So I'll just grab the oil. Right, I've got 3 oils that I use. One of them is by Durex, and it's a personal lubricant. It's the one that's totally silicone based. I've got you can't see this, Helmer's silicone oil in here. I've got so much paint all over these. And the other one is a hair coconut oil, which is called a coconut miracle oil, and that's also got the silicone in as well. So I can't decide which one I'll use today. Maybe I'll use the hair oil for a change. I'll give it a... So I'm just going to add maybe one little, well, they don't come out in drops, do they? A little squirt in each colour. And then I'll give those a stir. Oh, of course I've had the spirit level on my record to make sure it's perfectly balanced. I don't want it running off the record itself. So I'm just going to give this a little light stir, only a couple of stirs. The gold's a little thick, I'll just add a touch more pouring medium into the gold. Metallic gold is always thick. In my brown here, which is a burnt umber, I've also mixed it with silver, a metallic. So hopefully this should create some really interesting results. Okay, I think we're right now. We'll start. So the first thing we do is we're going to pour little bits into the main cup. Just take the stirring stick out again. So we'll just start off, just pouring it down the side. You've got to remember your colour wheel when you're pouring in colours, because, for example, being a hairdresser, you mix red and green together, it makes brown. Like if someone's hair has turned green, we put red in it to neutralise it. And of course, blue and red make purple. So who knows what I'm going to end up with here today, but we'll give it a go. So we've got some of the blue, cerulean blue here. We'll put a bit of this umber with the silver in next. And you can see the colours starting to lay on top. Now, have I used all the colours? Oh no, I haven't got the red in yet. Before I can resin coat this will take a couple of weeks to completely dry. And then once it's dry, I will be actually washing the top of the record with some dish soap to help remove the oil before I place any resin on the top. Might be able to get 3 coats in here. Green. Oopsie. A bit more gold. Oh no, I'll put that in a minute. Green, blue. Hope everyone's having a really lovely day. I think this is our hottest day we've had here in Tasmania so far this year, which makes a nice change. We've had so much rain. There we are, that's the last of the gold. What am I up to next? Might put a bit of red in there now. And I think maybe a bit more blue. The last of the blue. Have I got any more gold? Let me see. Just the last little bit, I think. I think that's enough layering for this record. Okay, now I'll just clean my gloves off before I touch my iPad, because I have broken it and I've only just had it fixed. I don't want to gun cut go gunk it all up. Okay, we ready? Sorry about the camera moving. It will settle in just a moment. I might focus it more on the record now. Maybe a little bit up. There. So what I'm going to do now is I've decided that I would just like, I'm just going to grab a straw and I'm just going to give it a little bit of movement in there. Not much. Mix some of them up. There we are. Throw that in the bin. That's all I've done. So you always pour the opposite side to where you poured in. So let's give it a go. What I've just done there is a little bit of a travelling ring pour. You can see in the cup there, there's already some cells where the oil has been activated. I'm just going to pour, empty the last of the cup out, just to give the paint something to run over. What else have I got a bit more of? I've got a bit more green. So I'm just going to pour a little bit more green around the outside here. Probably won't even see these colours, all this extra. So all I'm doing is spreading that around. I'll just move my paints out of the way. And now I'm just going to, it's settled for a little bit. Excuse me, I'll just have a drink. You can see if I bring it up to you, all the different cells popping through there. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to move this over the record. Slowly does it. I'm going to gradually move it around in a circle. Back to the middle a bit. Just let the weight of the paint take it where it wants to go. Sorry if I go off camera, I apologise. I'll just turn it round. It's going to make its way down the bottom here now. I hope I've made enough paint. I should have. There should be plenty in there. You can see that coming down there now towards the bottom edge. I want it to go over the edge. You can hear my chickens in the background. We've got daylight saving here in Launceston in Tasmania, and they love it. So they're awake till really late at night. Sort of still light here at like 9:15 at night time. And just going over that little bit over here on this side. just give it a slight wobble if you need to bring the weight of the paint needs to travel. It's coming down, slowly does it. I'll just encourage that a little bit down. There we are, almost there. And once it's down and over, then bring it back and stretch it back to the middle. Well, I'm very happy with that. Look at all the cell structure in this. Can you see with the light? Sorry about the reflection. You can see all that dimples? That's silicone. That is the silicone on top, coming through each different colour. I'm just going to let that sit for a minute, and I'll get the blowtorch out. This will just make sure it removes any air bubbles. It will bring some more of the silicone to the top and create even more cell structure. There we are. I'll bring you down now to have a look at the results of what I've achieved. I mean, once this has, in a little while, I'm going to be removing, once it's sat for a bit, just settled, I shall remove the centre part and make sure it's lovely and clean. There you are, I'm just giving you a view of the whole record here. Looks amazing, doesn't it? All the different colours. Didn't do too bad, managed to keep them quite separated. I'm looking forward to the gold popping up because that will give it a lovely shine. Look at those colours. Okay, well, we'll just let that sit for a while and we'll be back. This is about an hour and a half later, and you can see how the paint has travelled further and the cells have opened up even bigger now. I think this looks beautiful. Now I've got to try and remove the centre part.